Okay guys, this is our second video, and today we're going to talk about more stuff on our Google Doc. So make sure that you look up in the corner here and make sure that you're all logged into your Google account. We are going to go to our matrix and we're going to click on Docs. Once your Google Doc platform opens, go down, scroll down to all of your saved docs and click on the one that's titled My Summer. Okay, once your doc opens, you're just going to read through it, and we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about spell check, so how to fix things that are spelled wrong. We're going to talk about the undo button and how to fix mistakes, and then we're also going to talk about how to add an image. So we got three things we're going to cover today. Now, if you look, I have 4 words that are underlined in red, which means they're spelled incorrectly. So in order to fix them, there are 2 ways you can do it. I can take my mouse and I can right-click on the word, and then it will give me a suggestion right here at the top on how to spell it correctly. And it says, did you mean tubing? And yes, I actually did want to say tubing because my sentence says we went on a pontoon boat and also went tubing. My next sentence says, I also babysat over the summer and went to Deanna Rose Farm. I played sand volleyball, and so I'm going to right click and yep, says volleyball, so I'm going to click on it to change it, and basketball, and did a lot of activities. Now, there's another way you can fix activities besides right clicking, and you can come up here and click edit, or is it view? Tools, spelling, sorry, tools, spelling, and then it will come over here and it'll list it for you, and it'll give you the word that they thought you meant. So I want activities, so I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click change, and then it's going to change it. So you can either go up to tools and click on spelling, and it'll let you fix your spelling errors, or you can right click and it'll give you the list just like it did. Now, if you run into a problem where you have a word that is underlined and you right click and they don't give you any suggestions on how to spell it correctly, that means you have probably misspelled it pretty badly and you need to go back and try again. So I'm meaning to spell friendship, so I'm just gonna delete it and then I'm gonna try again. So for and ship. And then I'm just going to finish my sentence. Friendship is important. Okay, so it still says that I spelled it wrong, so I'm going to try to right click again. And then there it gave me the correct spelling. So if you run into that problem and it doesn't give you any suggestions on how to spell it correctly, then go back and delete it and try to spell it again and see if you can get a suggestion from Google. So that's spell check. The next thing we're going to talk about is the undo button. And let's pretend that I accidentally delete this whole sentence on accident, and I want the sentence back. I can go up here with my mouse and hover over this undo button, and if I click on it, it's going to give me part of my sentence back, and I click it again, and it'll give me my full sentence back. So you can click on the undo button as many times as you need to bring things back, or you can click on the redo button, which will just basically take it away again. So undo takes away mistakes and redo will bring things back. It's a pretty little neat feature that I like to do, especially if I don't know, like type a sentence that I don't want. The lake was really awesome and I had a ton of fun, exclamation mark. So like let's pretend I don't want that sentence. If I just come up here and click the undo button, it's going to take it away piece by piece as many times as I click on it. And then if I do want to put it back, I can just click the redo button and it'll put it all back for me. So yeah, those features are pretty nice. Okay, when we add an image, you want to make sure that you click at the end of your sentence and that you press enter so that your picture goes below your text. We're going to come up to insert and we're going to go to image, and then we're going to search, and then in this search box we're going to type what we're looking for. My summer, I talked about going to the lake and going tubing, so I can put tubing at the lake, and then I'm going to click search, and then it's going to bring up pictures of people tubing at the lake, which looks really cool. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to come down here and click select, and then it's going to insert that picture in there for me. Now, that picture is kind of big and it's taking up my whole page, which I don't want it to do, so I'm going to click on the picture, and then I'm going to come up here to the corner with my mouse, and I'm just going to click and drag it down a little bit to make it a little bit smaller. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the center, align, and I'm going to put my picture in the center. And then click away, and I'm done. Okay, so that covered the 3 topics that we were talking about today, which was spell check, spelling and checking things that have red underlines. Also talked about the undo and redo button and how to fix errors. And then also talked about how to add an image. So hopefully you guys can do those 3 things on your own today. So after you get done with this video, make sure you mark it as done, and then go ahead and change and add those things to your doc today. Raise your hand when you're finished.